TNGTE English Senior August 2016. Condensation 5 seconds. Comments. Speaking in the Legislative Council on the draft second 5-year plan for the state of Tamil Nadu, the leader of the opposition said, "Sir, I am glad that we have an opportunity to discuss the proposals for the second 5-year plan. Now, we may examine the objectives of this plan. So far as this state is concerned, it is good to see how far these objectives are found in the proposals placed before us and how far at least some of them may be fulfilled. The first objective is an increase in national income. For this purpose, figures have been given as to the growth in national income. But I would like to point out that as long as the price levels of all commodities change from time to time, we cannot say that the increase in national income will increase the purchasing power of the people. Then the second objective is full employment. I think it is one of the basic factors to be taken into consideration. So far as this problem is concerned, it is one of the most urgent problems. It is not correct to say that there will be employment for millions of people because various industrial concerns will be started. As a matter of fact, unemployment is a problem of the locality because we cannot take the unemployed people from one part of the country to the other. People who are unemployed are spread all over the country. They are not confined to any one part of the country. It will not be very easy to move them. It has been proposed that there must be a labor force which must be able to go from one part of the country to the other. I would like to say that it is the most difficult thing to raise such a labor force. Then, in the case of the educated people, some of them should be absorbed by the expansion of educational activities in the state. Unless they are given employment, the position with regard to unemployment will deteriorate. Now, I shall take up some of the main features of the second 5-year plan. The main aim under the present circumstances is to provide the basic necessaries of life to the people, namely food, clothing, and housing. So far as production of food is concerned, we have been able to complete a great deal of the irrigation projects in our state. It is proposed that in the second plan, some more irrigation projects will be taken up. In this connection, I must say that this government may, in cooperation with the neighboring governments of South India, try to make use of the rivers and see to what extent we may be able to do something for the good of the people. I now come to one of the main functions of a welfare state, namely the education of its citizens. Recently, it has been suggested that a portion of the seats in all colleges should be reserved for scheduled castes and backward communities. I am glad that in this respect the government have taken a step forward. But at the same time, I would suggest that it requires further consideration as to the manner in which it can be done. I hope that the government will take note of the need for making the position clear. I hope that They will state what has to be done and what may be possible so that the school and college authorities may be aware of their responsibilities in the matter. Elaboration. 5 seconds. Comments. Number 1. Sealed tenders are invited by the Chief Administrative Officer, Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Kalpakkam, for housekeeping of the Atomic Center. The period of contract is 1 year. Estimated cost of the work is rupees 16 lakhs. Earnest money deposit required rupees 30,000. Tender documents can be had on payment of rupees 500 on any working day from the 2nd to 9th September 2015 from the accounts officer. Completed tenders will be received up to 3 p.m. on 10th September. Tenders will be opened at 4 p.m. on same day in the presence of the tenderers or their authorized representatives. The Chief Administrative Officer reserves the right to accept or reject any tender without giving any reason. Draft tender notice. Number 2. Applications are invited from eligible candidates working in the central government or autonomous institutions for the post of upper division clerk on permanent absorption basis in the Central Leprosy Teaching and Research Institute, Chengalpattu. Scale of pay is rupees 5,000 to rupees 20,000 with grade pay of rupees 3,000. The candidate should be holding similar post on a regular basis or should have 8 years regular service in the post of lower division clerk. The candidate should have experience in establishment, accounts, budget and general administration. Good knowledge in computer operation is a must. The post carries all usual allowances as admissible to central government servants. Applications may be forwarded to the above office within 30 days from the date of publication of this advertisement. Draft advertisement to be issued by the director of the institute. Number 3. Draft a letter to the editor of the Hindu on the following lines. Many people come to the T Nagar bus terminus every day, but it is a pity that the shelter is only partially covered as the major portion is open. Commuters using the terminus suffer a lot during the day and during rains. It will be of great help if the Metropolitan Transport Corporation extends the shelter to cover the entire terminus. At the same time, it may also provide seats for the waiting commuters. It will be a boon if it also provides sufficient toilets in all its bus termini. Number 4. A woman had advertised that a portion above her house in Saidapet was available for rent. About 9 p.m. on Saturday, 2 men came to her house to inquire about it. She took them to the first floor to show them the space on rent. Suddenly, one of them pulled out a knife and demanded her neck chain. She cried out for help, but the other man struck her in the neck with the knife. He snatched her chain and both men ran away from the scene at once. Police investigation is on. Draft an eyewitness account of the incident.